All right, ladies and gents, we're going to rack a practice problem for these KSP things because let's be honest, they're a little confusing. So let's give one a try. So this is going to be the type of problem we learned on the very first day, just simply using the KSP value to solve for the ion concentrations. So if we look at this problem, the things we have is the KSP value for this insoluble salt. We have the name of the insoluble salt, and it tells us what ion to solve for. So the first thing we want to do is we want to write the compound formula. We know calcium is a +2 and hydroxide is a -1, so our formula is CaOH2. Now we want to write our KSP expression. So at equilibrium, our constant is based off of the concentration of Ca ions and the concentration of OH- ions, but remember this is squared because there's two of them in the problem. So now we can go ahead and actually use the numbers to solve for the ion concentration in question. So at equilibrium, the ratio of my ions is equal to 5.5 times 10 to the -6. So I'm going to put that in for my KSP. And now I'm going to use variables for each of my ions because I don't know either their concentrations. So I'm going to assign X to my calcium, which means that my hydroxide has to be twice as much. So my hydroxide is then going to be 2X. So when you're solving these problems, however many of the ion you have, you put that many X. So since this is only one of them, it's just X, and because this is two of them, it would be 2X. So if I had, let's say for example, Ca3PO4 my Ca3 would be 3X and my PO4 would be 2X. So just know that however many ions you have, that would be how many X you have in your equilibrium expression. So now I'm going to plug those in. So my Ca is just X, and my OH is going to be 2X. But from my definition of KSP, I now need to square those values. So if I combine like terms, I've got 5.5 times 10 to the -6 is equal to 4X cubed. So now I'm going to divide by 4 and then take the cube root of that number. And of course, if I could use a calculator correctly, this would go a heck of a lot quicker for us. But, you know, I struggle. Alright, cube root, that number. Alright, so I know that X is equal to 0.011 molar. And so this is for just one of my ions. So since the problem's asking for the hydroxide ion, that's what we defined as 2X, so I need to apply that when I solve for my final answer. So I'm going to multiply this by 2 to get an answer of 0.022 molar for my OH- ion. And that is just a quick run through of how to do one of our introductory KSP problems. Hope this helps, guys.